Hi there, Rick here. Wanted to make a YouTube video on day trading. I know I haven't made a YouTube video on day trading in a while, um, just because I'm busy with a lot of other things, and I'm also making other YouTube videos too. Um, so I got this. Was it? This mining, okay, stock from a YouTuber. Um, and his last name was Fennick, okay, Fenneck, okay. Can't remember his first name, but okay, he was just talking about this one particular company, mining company. Okay, it's only about 2 cents a share. Okay, it trades on a very a lower exchange with a lot lower volume. I think was it last day's volume was 114K. Okay, amount of shares traded in it. Okay, so I read a number of books on how to value a mining company. When you're trying to trade stocks. So I just wanted to point out some important things, how to value a company when you're trying to size up a good mining company. Okay, look at the CEO. Okay, does he have a lot of experience in the industry? The guys that he has around him, okay, his board of directors, okay, are they experienced, right? Have they even been working in the industry, right? Remember I made a YouTube video on the vinyl window industry. Okay, how Sam and Alice, okay, they had a vinyl window company in Coquitlam. They had they had no experience in this industry. Okay, they've never even worked in this industry their entire life before. Okay, and when I came to their small company, okay, I was training them to do different things. Okay, and Sam, okay, he was having lots of problems. Okay, making these windows in the warehouse. Sure, he had a friend in Burnaby who was helping him out a bit to show him what to do. Okay, but I felt that he didn't visit his company enough. Okay, because just from there's the type of product coming out of his warehouse, it was just just pretty pretty bad quality. Okay, what he was producing out of his warehouse. And you have to remember, okay, he he didn't have that much experience in this sort of industry. Okay, almost none at all. Okay, and he was trying to learn from his friend Sean. Okay, but I doubt that he even spent that much time with Sean. Okay, and then you have to pay attention to fine detail. Okay, like when somebody shows you how to do something. Okay, if you do it yourself and you do it wrong. Okay, you're not picking the skill up. Okay, you have to probably spend more time with them. Okay, and find out what you're doing wrong. Otherwise, when you start doing it at your warehouse, you're going to be making the same mistakes, and you're going to just cause a lot of headache for yourself. Okay, so this CEO Fennick, okay, he's got 20 years experience, and a lot of the guys, women, men, okay, on his board of directors, okay, they have 20 years experience, and some even 30 years. Okay, so they've been in this industry for a while. Okay, they know what to do. Okay, they all have different positions in the company. Okay, they got 3 big projects happening in Ontario, 3 mines. Okay, one's a gold mine, another one's I believe a copper mine. I think there's also nickel in there too. Okay, and then there's a uranium mine. Okay, and these a lot of these mines are still at the very early stages. Okay, from researching his company. Okay, visiting his website, okay, I learned that, okay, one of the, they were doing, okay, some drill programs, okay, on his site, okay. His, a lot of his sites too, okay, um, there's no road leading into the mining site, okay. Very important to have a good road, okay. You know, just to build a road going into the mining site, yeah, costs a lot of money. I don't know how much, but remember, it's going to take time and a lot of money, okay, to build a road in there, okay. But you know, you got a board of directors that have like lots of experience in this sort of industry. Okay, remember when I told you in my vinyl window industry videos, okay? Um, okay, when I had 2 years full-time experience installing vinyl windows and patio doors, you know, that was actually very rare, okay? I tell that to other people that I know too, just because, one, you have to find a boss that's busy enough, okay, that's going to give you full-time, 40 hours a week work, okay? The boss has to be, you know, knowledgeable in the work that he's doing, okay? Like, I mean, he has to know what he's doing too, okay? By that I mean, you know, he's not, you know, a really sloppy worker, and he's like, you know, teaching you the wrong way how to do stuff, so that, you know, once when you learn how to do it, okay, you're not going around the city and you're doing all these really sloppy jobs all over around the city, right? So, you know, after 2 years, I went to go work for one of the, well, um, I would say bigger vinyl window companies, and you know, they actually were doing a good business, okay, and you know, I helped the business, you know, grow, you know, the 3 years that I was there, and I think even Peter, when he met me for the first time, he realized, wow, you know, this guy's got 2 years full-time experience. Like, just to take a guess, I don't think Peter had 40 hours a week in experience in installing vinyl windows and patio doors, okay? He spent most of his time in the office all the time, okay? You know, because he knew I had, like, you know, 2 years full-time experience, okay? Well, he hired me to work in the warehouse, but, um, you know, I noticed, okay, he was sending me out a lot, okay? And, you know, helping out the 4 full-time installing crews that he had working for the company, okay? I didn't like that. I felt that was unfair. The reason why I felt that was unfair was because, one, okay, I was making more money doing this same sort of work, okay, with my old boss. And, you know, you told me you're going to be hiring me, okay, to work in the warehouse, yet you're sending me out a lot, out on the road, okay, to help out the installers. Because remember, okay, I found out that, yeah, a lot of the installers, you know, they had workers with what, you know, 2 weeks experience, um, a few months, okay, a few months at the most, okay, maybe one, you know, had like, you know, 1 year experience or something like that, right? But, you know, it's not that easy to train a worker, okay, even to be an installer, okay? And remember too, okay, if the installer has, yeah, 2 years experience, or 4 years, or even 5 years, okay, um, you pay a minimum wage, okay, he'll just say, see you later, goodbye, okay, um, going somewhere else. Because, you know, if somebody's got like, yeah, 2 years experience or even 5 years experience, you know, don't expect, you know, for them to stay with you or even, you know, work for you for minimum wage, okay? Like, also too, I know that there's a lot of guys out there that lie about their ability, okay? They say they got 5 years experience tiling, right? They start tiling and then you realize, wow, you know, this guy's so sloppy. I'll be surprised if he even has like 5 months experience doing this sort of work, right? Because, well, I speak from experience. I had a worker like that before, okay? Back to the mining, day trading, okay? So on his executive board, okay, he had people with combined experience as much as 150 years, okay? And okay, these 3 mines, okay, um, where it are in Ontario, okay. They're fully funded for the next 2 years, okay. That's really important too, because you don't want um, these companies, to not have enough cash flow, okay, or not enough, not enough backers to conduct their, day-to-day activities, okay. That's really important, okay. So that, yeah, they got some, wealthy people behind them, okay, helping them, drive their business and can forward, right? And the reason why they're doing this is because, yeah, um, you know, when um, when the when the company does better, okay, the stock price goes up, okay, they own, so many thousands or tens of thousands or 100,000 shares, right? They make money and they cash out, okay, they sell some of their shares, or maybe they sell all of it, okay, and then they start buying into, another mining company, or, investing in other stuff, right? um, so it trades under the CSE exchange. Okay, it's a smaller Canadian exchange. I think it stands for Centre Exchange, something like that. Okay, and normally I don't trade in there. Okay, but um, you have to remember too. Okay, even Bitcoin, I heard when it traded, okay, on the markets, Bitcoin was as low as 1 cent, and look where it went. Right, went all the way up to, the highest I remember was $60,000 a Bitcoin, right? If you bought 1,000 Bitcoin, sold it at what, $60,000, you probably wouldn't even have to work anymore, okay? 2,000 shares at 2 cents a share, okay? Um, $40, okay? Um, Actually, sorry, 2,000 shares, $20, okay? Um, Yeah, because you're only paying about what, $10 per 1,000 shares, right? So imagine if it shot up to um, okay, if it shot up to say 42 cents, okay, you would have made what, $800, okay, just from going from 2 cents to 42 cents, okay. It'll be a 40-cent profit per share, okay. And that's pretty good, okay, because I know that there's people out there too, they don't buy 2,000 shares, they buy 100,000 shares, or even 200,000 shares, okay. And when it goes up, yeah, they've made quite a bit of money into like the tens of thousands of dollars, okay. So that's how some people, okay, they trade in the markets, okay. They buy the stock when it's really, really low, okay, and just from a small movement, okay, under $1, it goes up, right, and they cash out, okay, and yeah, they've made quite a bit of money, okay. um, I still remember, uh, what is it? There was a book at the bookstore talking about, get rich, um, buying penny stocks, right? So yeah, you can make a lot of money, okay, buying penny stocks sometimes, okay. Like I told you about Bitcoin, how it used to be on the exchange before. It used to be as low as like 1 cent a share, right? You know, and well, like I mean, even the news, the local newspaper got it wrong, okay, because I remember reading about Bitcoin, okay, and on our local newspaper, and just a small newspaper. It was just saying it was a fraud, okay, and that was enough for me to stay away from it, right? Because I could see some businesses, yeah, they were accepting Bitcoin, okay, and even, well, I thought to myself, why carry Bitcoin when you can just carry cash? A lot more businesses accept it, right? Why do you need to buy Bitcoin to shop at these very few merchants around the city, right? Doesn't make sense, right? Um, but you have to remember, more and more people just start to buy it, and it just started to go up and up and up and up, right? And it held its value, right? didn't crash down, right? Um, you know, um, it was very interesting. Okay, because I just saw was it um, a YouTube documentary on a guy in the United States how he stole something like $3.1 billion worth of Bitcoin. What had happened was he was it he stole was it 50,000 Bitcoin from this trading this trading platform, and then afterwards, when it went up, he became a billionaire. Okay, um, he had like $1 million at home in a suitcase. Um, had this really nice house. Um, when the Super Bowl came around, he brought his friends in a private jet. Let all of them have an allowance of $10,000 to spend. So he had these, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 friends around him that loved him, right? And they wow, like, I mean, they always wanted to be around him, right? And well, you can understand why, because they thought of him as an ATM, right? Just tug on his arm, and can I have some money a bit, and he would, you know, he would likely give him money, right? Sure, he has a lot of money, but you know, um, as a friend, should you even be doing something like that, right? Or at least, tell him that, maybe in the future, you plan to pay him this money back or something like that, right? Um, but it's just not right, okay? You know, here you got this friend, he's got lots of money, yet, you're bumming off him a lot for, money, right? And because he's got lots of money, okay? But I don't think they realized that, yeah, he was a billionaire, okay? Um, he had like, $3.1 billion in Bitcoin, right? It was quite an interesting documentary. I really enjoyed that YouTube video. Okay, I forget his name. Okay, but just the level of sophistication. How he was conducting his operation, and they caught him and prosecuted him because they had to be able to get him to unlock his laptop. Okay, because one, they didn't know his password. Okay, um, even if they arrested him and he didn't give them he didn't give them his password to get into his computer. Okay, they probably would have never have got the evidence to prosecute him. Okay, because remember, these passwords, okay, to get into, well, your computer, okay, like, I mean, it's not that easy. It's it's encrypted, right? And even some of the smartest people out there in law enforcement, right, they just cannot um, find out your password, that you're using, okay, um, without you actually without actually getting your help to unlock it. Okay. Anyways, I'm getting off topic here. I'll get back to on topic. So, um, so this this YouTuber, okay, he was talking about the mining company. Okay, I believe it trades under the symbol PTX. Okay. Um, and the company is called Planix. Okay. I may not be pronouncing it quite correctly. Okay. Um, but if you probably Google search it, okay, you probably find it. Okay. Um, remember too, I've been trading off and on for 9 years now, so I've got, like, almost not 9 years full-time experience, but I know how to buy, sell, buy stocks that I'm interested in, and I know how to sell it. Okay. I know how to follow it, follow the price when it goes up, right? I have had some big trades, two really big trades before in the past where I made, 5,000 US dollars overnight. Okay. Usually when there's when there's a lot of, volatility in the markets, okay, like, during the, COVID time in 2020, some of the biopharmaceutical stocks, they were just roaring, okay. I was easily up the first week. I was easily up like 8,000 US dollars, okay, and you have to remember I have been up that much money if I didn't have any prior experience in how to trade, okay. Um, it was only by um, experience, trading over time, doing the research, reading books, watching YouTube videos. I learned how to, trade in the markets, right? And, get better at trading. 2 years ago, I didn't really know how to trade options. Now I know how to trade options, okay? Options is kind of interesting, okay? Like, I mean, still there's a lot of people who just kind of cannot sometimes grasp their mind around, how it works, okay? But, if you know what you're doing, okay, yeah, you can make lots of money trading options, okay? You could also lose money, a lot of money trading options too, if you don't know what you're doing, okay? I traded options, um, just off and on a bit, but I know how to do it. And then there's the people on the internet, okay? They're trying to sell their options trading strategies, and they say, oh, I've made, lots of money, doing this, I have a course, you buy my course for 1,000 US dollars, I got like, 30%, 40% off the course right now, you can get it for like, you know, um, 40% off, um, but there's a lot of people on the internet, okay, like trying to sell their trading strategy, right? And I bought Ricky Gutierrez's course, okay, last October, and one of the main reasons why I bought it too was because he said that he made 280,000 US dollars, you know, in the markets last October, okay, um, just for that month alone, okay. So I was curious. I wanted to know how he done it, right? And he uses a method called scalping, okay. And I use that method too, okay. But he mainly trades the Nasdaq, and you kind of like need $1 million account to trade the Nasdaq, just because it's a lot more expensive to trade in, okay. I don't have $1 million account, so I just can't do it. I watched his video course, and I tried to trade it using options, but it just doesn't work that well. The reason why I say that is because sometimes, yeah, you need to get out of the market right away, okay? And when you're holding options, it's not that easy. Sometimes you want to make a trade right away, you can't do it, okay? Sometimes it takes an hour, sometimes it even takes 2 hours before the order gets executed, okay? Because that's one thing about options. It's you can't get in and out really quickly when you want to sometimes, okay? So yeah, I think this mining company, okay, um, Planex, okay, does have a lot of potential, okay, just because they got a lot of okay, other big mining companies behind them that are backing them, okay. They got a really good CEO, okay. They have a lot of really experienced people on the executive board, okay. Um, all the people on the executive board, they have different skills, okay, so they combine their skills, okay, and they have over 150 years experience, okay, that's quite a bit.